Excited to finally, oh, now we're live. We're finally moving on to 4.4. About time, huh? 4.4, which talks about the laws. I'll get them off screen here, I'll fix that in a second. Of logarithms. Logarithms. Okay? Now we can see. All right. Now, let me just say something really quickly here before I give you the laws of logarithms. If I had x squared times x to the third, what do I do with those exponents if I'm simplifying that? Add them, right? So that would be x to 2 plus 3, which would be x to the fifth. So it works the same way with logarithms, okay? If I have log base a of two numbers here, those numbers represent exponents. So I could rewrite that as log base a of a plus the log base a of b. Okay? What if I had x squared divided by x cubed? What do I do with the exponents?
Subtract.
You'd subtract them, right? That would become x to the 2 minus 3, which would be x to the minus 1. Works the same way with logs. Log base a of a divided by b equals the log base a of a minus the log base a of b. Okay? And finally, log base a of a to the c equals c log base a of a. So we've been using that one a lot. Okay? So these are the three laws that I want you to memorize and never forget, even when we move on to non-logarithmic stuff. Okay.
So you wrote log big A, like capital A and log capital A.
Yeah.
It will be
Shouldn't it
another
be like
one.
like a lowercase a or a different letter? Because they don't have to be the same number, right?
They don't have to be the same number. In the book, they use small a's here.
I was just making sure they didn't have to be.
They don't have to be the same
Because if
number.
it was log base a of a, then it would just be 1.
Yeah, it would be 1 in that case.
Good job.
So the problem is my small a's look too much like 9s, and I don't like to use them. That's why I use capitals. But technically, yeah, those don't have to be the same number. Okay? All right, so let's put these laws into use. If I have the log base 4 of 2 plus the log base 4 of 32, okay? Now, because these are the same base, they're both base 4, right? What can I do with the big numbers? I can use this in reverse, right? I've got a plus here, I can combine them together. Okay? So this becomes log base 4 of what number? 64, right? 32 times 2 is 64. Okay? So 4 to what power equals 64? 4 times 4 is 16, right? Times 4 is 64. 4 to the third power equals 64. The answer is 3 in this case. Does that make sense? Okay? So that's using these backwards. What if I said log base 2 of 80 minus log base 2 of 5? Okay? So you see me do one of those. Breezy, it must be your turn. Okay? We've got a minus here.
Right.
Got the same base.
You're gonna divide.
So we can divide those, right? I'm gonna get log base 2 of
80 over 5.
80 divided by 5, which equals 5 times 1 is 5, 30, 16. Log base 2 of 16. And you know that 2 to what power equals 16?
Um,
2 times 2 is
4,
times 2
8,
times 2.
16.
How many fingers do I have up?
4.
4. Okay? All right, how about this one? Negative 1/3 log of 8. Okay? What rule can I use on this one? Mauricio, it must be your turn.
Yep.
Which of those 3 rules might be helpful for this?
The third one.
The third one, right? What am I going to do with this?
You can put it like to the exponent.
To the exponent here. Okay? So that becomes log of 8 to the minus 1/3 power, right?
Yeah.
And what's the minus 1/3 power?
It's gonna be.
If it was the positive 1/3 power, it would be what?
The square.
It would be the cube root of 8, right?
Yeah.
What's the cube root of 8?
2.
2, okay? And the negative is going to put that 2 where?
1/2.
It's going to put it in the bottom here. So 1 over the cube root of 8, which is 1 over 2. So log of 1/2, which I could plug in my calculator if I really wanted to. Or actually, this would even be better. You know what, you could use this again? You know what log of 1 is? 0. So this would be 0 minus the log of 2, right? So all I really need to do is do the negative log of 2. What's the log of 2? You can look that up in your calculator. You should get 0.301, excuse me, and it's negative because I subtracted it from 0. So I actually got to use rule number 3 and rule number 2 on that one. That make sense? Okay. How about, let's use these rules. Where is this? What if I've got log base 2 of 6x, and I say I want you to expand that using these rules. Daniel, how would you do such a thing? Which rule do you think applies?
Probably the first one.
Probably the first one. That would be
Use log base 2 6 plus log base 2 of x.
okay. How about what if I had log base 5 of x cubed y to the 6th? And I told you I wanted you to expand that. So Dan, it must be your turn. Which rule do you think applies?
So the first one.
The first one, okay. So using the first one, you could do
log base 5 x to the third plus log base 5 x or y to the 6th.
okay. Can I use any more rules?
Yeah, you can use the third one.
Can you use the third one?
So then it'd be 3 log base 5 x plus 6 log base 5 y.
Okay. Now, if you're really slick, you can do that all in one step. If you want to take 2 steps, that's fine. Okay? How about, I'll erase some of these. The ln of AB over the cube root of c. I want you to expand that out. So Patrick, it must be your turn. This, I think you can use just all three rules. And if you're really good, you can use them all in one step. But if you want to go slow, that's fine too.
We're wanting to expand this all the way out.
I want to expand it all the way out.
Alright, so it'd be ln A plus ln B minus the cube root of ln. Oh,
The cube root. I don't think I want to say that.
a third
1/3
ln C.
ln c. Now, he did that all in one step. Did that lose anybody? Probably got the first two steps. You understand this, right? That was easy. We just split up the A and B. The divide always means subtract, right? Okay. He wrote that as c to the 1/3 power. Okay, here, let me do it a little bit slower. ln of A plus ln of B minus the ln of the cube root of c. You're with me to there, right? C can be written to the 1/3 power. And then if this becomes C to the 1/3 power, you can bring it out front, as he did. Does that make sense? Okay? All right. What about this? 3 log of x plus 1/2 log of x plus 1. And I want you to combine those into a single logarithm. Reagan, it must be your turn. What can I do with this 3?
Yeah, you can put it to x.
Put it right over the exponent, right? So this becomes log of x cubed, right?
Yeah.
Plus means, well, what do I do with this 1/2?
You can move it to, so it'd be x plus 1 to the half.
Okay, and 1/2 could also be written as
Like the square root
square root. So this could be written as the square root of
x plus 1.
x plus 1. Okay, you've got that written as a single logarithm. Does that make sense? Okay. How about, we'll do one more. 3 ln of x plus 1/2 ln of t minus 4 ln of t squared plus 1. I want you to write that as a single logarithm. Brandon, what do you think?
So it's gonna be ln x to the 3rd power. And then the plus sign makes it so you multiply that by, let's go with t to the 1/2 power, because you bring that to the front of that as well. Or you can square root it. Square root of
Okay,
t.
so this is the square root of t.
All over t squared plus 1 to the negative, or to the 4th power.
Got that written as a single logarithm. Okay? Well,
Do you want like the t squared plus, oh no, never mind, just write it like that.
yeah. Okay. All right, one last formula. Oh, is this it? Okay, well, there's one last formula, and then we will finish this section. Okay, this is called the change of base formula. Change of base formula. Okay, this one's really cool. And if I take some log base b of x, that is the same thing as log base a of x divided by log base a of b. Okay, now what's useful about that is on your calculator, you have base 10 logs and you have natural logs. So you're going to take, so if you have, for example, let me just do a quick one here. I need to find log base 8 of 5, okay? Now, some of you have calculators, I think, that are illegal to do that, but at any rate, most of you should use this change of base formula. You can write that as the ln of 5 divided by the ln of 8, or you could do it as the log of 5 divided by the log of 8. In either case, you should get the answer of 0.77398, okay? So typically with the change of base, you can change it into any base you want, but since most of you have an ln key on your calculator or a log key, those are the two most common ones that you'll use, okay? I could change it to log base 7 of 5 divided by the log base 7 of 8. But that's not really going to help me because I don't have that button on my calculator, okay? But I could do that if you wanted to. Okay? All right, so quiz tomorrow is on 4.4. So see y'all tomorrow.
This is